Welcome back to another episode of Shit I'm 30 with me, your host, Carla Wilmaris. And today's going to be a little bit different. I have with me, again, someone actually this morning told me I'm feeling some type of way that Anthony's been on here with you for about 30 weeks.
Dexty. This was it?
No, it wasn't Dex.
Oh, okay.
And Dex just mad that you're over here.
Right. She was like, hey, don't be trying to take my best friend. I take people best friend, y'all, so be careful.
Hide your friends, hide your friends.
Right.
No. We're going to do a little bit different with our resident friend and realtor. He's going to take over this episode. We've been hanging out quite a few hours the past week and just working on content, working on our businesses. He's working on his. And you guys have sent him emails, so he's going to come and drop some gems about real estate and answer the questions that you've asked. We're at an age where we're evolving. We want to start planting roots for ourselves and our families and also start thinking about investing. It's so important now that we're getting older and we want to leave a legacy for our families. So you guys reached out by email or DM with questions that I can't answer for you. I can only answer questions about podcasting and branding your business through a podcast, but he can help you when it comes to real estate. So go ahead, friend, take over.
So I received an email a couple of days ago, and it was titled Future Homeowner. So I'm going to let Carla read it because she swear up and down that I can't pronounce certain words, and she just drug me through the mud about saying the word successful. Successful.
Oh, look.
So
Say it again. One more time.
Successful. Bitch.
No, wait.
Successful. So anyway, for the sake of this whole episode and for the viewers, we're gonna let Carla read it the way she want to read it. So we can
we're gonna read it in English. That's what we're gonna do.
So we can go ahead and get this thing rolling. Here you are, friend. It's under fear. Sorry, we didn't get our shit together.
I thought it was up.
I know I had an email that came from I'm working, child. This is in the middle of the day too, so I'm actually taking some time out my day to answer these emails because I really love you guys.
I really had to fart.
Bitch, me too, bitch. Now, you don't want it, bitch. We'll stake this motherfucking room up together, bitch. Now, I was a big brother, bitch. I'll let this shit go. Play if you want to. I'll get out my little girly ways and become a whole nigga if you want me to. Bitch, light your ass up in this room. Stop playing.
Okay, we're going to read now.
I'm going to be successful at lighting your ass up.
Successfully fuck you up. Right. With a silent killer. Okay. Hello, Anthony. I love listening to you on Carla's podcast. You're extremely hilarious.
You just became a whole nother woman.
I'm reading like the reader.
I love it. Go ahead.
It's not me. It's her.
I should be the animated. Well, let me try it one more time. And then if not, you can cut this part out and then you can do it. Because I'm going to do it in my white voice as well.
Well, it's a girl.
That doesn't matter. Hello, Anthony. I love listening to you and Carla's podcast. You're extremely hilarious. It's just a bonus that you're also very successful. Okay, never mind. Bitch, go ahead. You take it over.
Hello, Anthony. I love listening to you on Carla's podcast. You're extremely hilarious. It is just a bonus that you're also very successful. I know you said on this past week's episode that you're willing to give advice about possibly owning a home. I'm 27 and I have aspirations of eventually owning a couple of properties to rent of tenants. Of course, I'd start with one and go from there. I want to get started, but I have no idea how to go about getting things rolling. I also have horrible credit due to young and dumb mistakes. I feel my credit and income are preventing me from starting this journey. I know I need to pay down my debt and student loans, but it all seems very daunting. Besides knocking down my debt, are there any steps that I can take to be prepared within the next 2 to 3 years to begin the home ownership process? Looking forward to your response. Thank you so much, JCL. We're going to call her.
Okay, JC, yeah, that's good. I came up with that name too. I just didn't say it out loud. But anyway, I just thank you so much for writing in, JCL. First thing I want to point out in your email, I'm so happy that you're becoming serious about becoming a homeowner, and especially when it comes to investing. I think a lot of us in our generation, we do need to see the value in owning a home and how much you can create generational wealth. Even if you're not planning on staying in a particular place, you guys still should be planning your money in some type of real estate. That's where the big money comes in at. Okay, so Orlando, for example, was rated the top place to invest in according to Forbes magazine. Okay, you can look it up. It's a fact. All right, so let's go ahead and break down exactly what you should do when it comes to purchasing a home. I know everything will seem so overwhelming. You guys start hearing so many different you get so much advice from your friends, from social media.
People don't know what the fuck they talking about.
People don't know what they're talking about, and I'm here to break it down easy to you. So when it comes to UJCL or JLC, JCL.
I thought you came up with the name.
I did, but it kind of got kind of confused. But anyway, the first thing that you would do, let's work on your credit, okay? Your credit is the big thing. So I was going to suggest, I was speaking about it with Carla. And the first thing I do sometimes, because not everybody is able or have the time or is organized enough to do their own credit repair. So I was going to suggest that you actually go and find a company. But to be honest with you, I don't too much like credit repair companies in the sense they can help out, especially when it comes to big situations, but they're a subscription-based company, so they get paid the longer that you're actually in it. So in the long run, it might be more beneficial to you to go ahead and do it yourself, and it's also the most economical way. And you can learn a lot about your credit that way as well. Okay. So I suggest ordering your credit report. All right. You can get one from freecreditreport.com. And once you get that, you need to organize all your debt. All right. So what I mean by organize is basically break it down from smallest to largest. All right. And come up with the sum of your debt. Okay. And have that number in mind. Now from there, what you do is you reach out to those creditors, every single one of them, and request a validation of debt. It's making sure that the debt is valid and it's actually yours. All right. Now, if the debt is not, then you go to the dispute process and try to get it to remove off your credit. Now, if it's your debt, you guys, you have to pay it. No one can go in and I can't buy a car and say I'm not going to pay it for the next couple of years and then try to dispute it off my credit. I still owe on that debt.
One of the things that these credit reports, a lot of people that tell you they'll fix it for you and they're working out of their home and they're like, oh, I'll fix your credit for you. They dispute everything. Mm-hmm. And what happens is that these agencies have to respond within a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. If they don't respond within 30 or 45 days, I'm not sure which one it is, it gets taken off your credit report. But once they come back, they can figure it out that it's still yours. Yes. It will come back on your credit report. So it's not gone forever. It's just gone for some time. So now you done paid Billy Joe $500 to fix your credit. Right. They got it up within 30 days, but it's going to go right back down when these companies, it's your debt. If you accrued this debt, you have to pay this debt off. You can get a settlement and you can do all these things that can happen later on, but it is still your debt. You still owe that.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, and I'm speaking from experience, I actually tried to do that with my student loans and it went off.
With your student loans?
Yes, girl. It went off for a couple of months. My credit score was like in high sevens. I went to go buy a car, child, and find out my student loans hit my damn credit report again. That shit shot down in the mid to low sixes. So you have to, it's not gone. It's not magically disappeared. They just disputed and they didn't respond back in enough time that was allowed it to them, but it can come back on.
And we're growing up now, so we're going to do it the right way, whether it's with a credit report company or whether it's yourself doing it or whether it's with an accountant doing it or with a financial advisor. Just get it done the right way from the beginning. That way you don't have to worry about it later on once you're in your home and you're trying to do certain things to your home. Mm-hmm.
So once you realize that this debt is actually yours and it's valid, now Carla brought up a good point about you're able to go ahead and try to come up with some type of settlement. Now, it's income tax season. And when I say that, most companies are willing to come up with some type in the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, especially when they're trying to close out their books. They're willing to come up and make some type of deal with you. If you pay 50% in this debt, we'll go ahead and call it clean or something like that, just for example. So always see if you can get a settlement with them and make sure you request everything in writing, okay? Keep good documentation when you're doing this. You're going to be sending letters back and forth multiple times, so just make sure you keep track of everything, and also when you're sending letters, make sure you have a receipt so they can sign and make sure they received it, so you can have documents that you're doing your job. All right, so from there, go ahead and start paying off your smaller debts. Your $100 here, your $200 there, and then work your way up to the bigger debts, your $500, your $1,000, and go from there. Now, your student loans tying into your debt is a big thing. In order for you to qualify for a FHA mortgage, you cannot have any student loans in default. So if you need to call and work out some type of program, if your student loans are in default with your creditor, definitely do that. Get on the ball, get your student loans out of default, and then from there we can go ahead and get you into a home. Same thing with your taxes, you guys. If you guys owe any type of taxes, get on a payment plan, okay? We can't do anything until you're in good standing with these people or on a payment plan. All right, so those are the two most important things. So from there, I also dropped a gem on my social media. You guys, I do gem dropping at least once a week where I'm giving you real estate tips such as these. So the one I just dropped this past week was about your down payment. Now, usually first-time home buyers go for the FHA program because the ratios are a little bit more lax compared to your conventional financing. The down payment on an FHA loan is 3.5%. All right. So I used an example on a $200,000 home. You're looking at $7,000 down. All right. So the median purchase price right now here in Orlando is about $265,000. So just keep that in mind that you're looking to save up. And I always tell people about $8,000 to $9,000 if you're looking in this $200,000 price point. Okay. That will be enough money for your appraisal and enough money for your inspection. Now, when it comes to your closing costs, that's another episode. That's another topic. But we usually can get your, at least I always ask for your closing costs to be paid by the seller. Okay. I can go in detail about that when you're ready to cross that bridge. From there, also, you spoke about becoming an investor. I suggest you just read books, educate yourself on what it takes to become a landlord, what it takes to be a real estate investor. Learn the ins and outs, learn about return on investment, actually come up with a whole plan. What are you expecting this to be from, like project your growth? You actually have to treat it like a business. You just can't put money into a home that you see on the street and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip this one. You have to make sure that, and this is why you have to get with a good agent too. You have to make sure the area is going to go ahead and support that growth that you're looking for. All right. So those are my short, quick tips. I'm going to go ahead and recap when it comes to your credit. All right. Go ahead, order your credit report. Make sure you request validations of debts. And from there, make sure you pay off those debts. Okay. Those are your debts. Pay them off. All right. From there, we're going to go ahead and get into your student loans. Your student loans. Oh, we good.
No, yeah.
Okay. So your student loans, make sure you're not in default with your student loans and as well as your taxes. If you are, get on some type of payment plan. Okay. And then also the last thing is savings. You guys, it does take money to buy a house. There's so many first-time home buyer programs out there. I'll tell you the caveats about that. Again, you have to follow me on my social media because I will continue to drop gems. Or like I said, if that is particular to you, you do need down payment assistance, we can take it case by case. Please reach out to me, email, and my social media, and I'll always respond back to you. Okay. So that's it for today. All right. If you guys have any other questions, I love seeing your emails. I love seeing your messages. Please reach out to me. I'm always available. I'm all about helping our peers and helping us get on the right path of success. Okay. So
what?
Reach out to me. And we can become successful together. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to be successful, but he will make you successful.
Successful. I will. So that's it, you guys. I appreciate it.
I did get a question.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten it a few times and I told you that I answered them, but do you do real estate outside of just Orlando?
I cover all of Central Florida. Okay. Depending on the situation, I would travel to North and South Florida as well. But besides that, I do work. One of my very best friends is a realtor in Jacksonville, and I have a very good friend as a realtor down south. On top of that, I am connected around the United States, so I can refer you out to a great agent as well. So reach out to me, even if you live in Buffalo, New York. I definitely have an agent for you that can work there that's in my network, okay?
But your area of expertise
my
is Central
area of
Florida.
Expertise is Central Florida.
Does that include Tampa?
That does include Tampa, yes.
Perfect. So what is it outside of Orlando? So Orlando, Kissimmee, Point Santa,
So
St. Cloud?
Orlando, Kissimmee, yeah, all of those areas you just named, Daytona. We can go parts of Tampa and the surrounding areas are there. The forest north I would go is Daytona, and for the south I would go is probably Tampa if you need me. But like I said,
Tampa south?
Tampa is south.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Tampa South. Anything, it depends on the price point. I'm just going to be honest with you, depending on the north and south. Now, we're talking money. I would get in my damn car and I would travel and I would see you there and I would take you out for breakfast if we talking some money. So hit me up. I'm there.
Okay, guys, I'm excited to be able to give you this information from someone that knows what they're talking about. I know that I want to let you guys know, invest, get your home, stop renting. I brought you guys an episode with him and another realtor, Gabby, here from Central Florida, to let you guys know what are the differences between renting and owning a home. So if you're not ready right now, still reach out to him and figure out the steps you need to get ready. You might think that your credit is not good enough or your debt to income ratio is not the best, but you might be surprised and hey, a lender is going to pre-approve you for $200,000 or $175,000 that you have a townhome. You can first start because when you're paying on a rent of $1,400, what is a mortgage for $1,400? I mean, like, how much is the house worth for $1,400?
That was a very vague question. It's kind of hard. It's a lot of different
It is
factors because it takes into consideration your property taxes, your HOA. But usually for a $1,400 mortgage payment right now, we're thinking about if this interest rates right now is in the mid fives. Okay, you guys, the low to mid fives. They're expected to climb after this month. So right now you're looking at about 175, 180 purchase price for a $1,400 mortgage. Okay, which is still not bad at all.
And that's with insurance and all that included.
Yes. That's with everything included. Right. And this is just off the top of my head, but this is just on average.
But
what
that's
I see.
what a 2-bedroom apartment costs here in Central Florida.
Oh, rent here in Central Florida is number 2 in the nation on rising prices. Okay, rent is becoming so expensive to rent in Florida. Period. So you definitely should. One thing I wanted to drop you guys was to let you know what's your credit score requirements to qualify for an FHA or a conventional mortgage. All right. So for your FHA mortgage, you need a 580 credit score. That's on average. Now, there are some lenders that say they can do it all the way down to they can do a FHA loan for a 500 credit score and up.
Get out.
Yes. However, it's with a 10% down payment that you have to put versus your 3.5%. And then on top of that, you have to be making some great money in order to qualify for that. And your interest rate would not be the best by far. You're looking at interest rates in the mid to high sixes, okay? Because it's a high risk loan, okay? That's why they're doing it. But it is some. But don't concentrate on that. I want to get you to the 580 and above. It's not that hard to have a 580 credit score. All right. Now, for conventional financing, you're looking at a credit score on average is about between 620 to 640. But mostly we want to shoot for that 640 range. All right. Conventional financing is a private loan. It's just like buying cash. It shows that you're a little bit more of a better qualified buyer than FHA because your ratios are a lot tighter. However, it still spends the same. All right. And then, of course, we have our VA loans. Your VA loans is 100% financed from the government. So any of you guys that have served in the military, you have VA benefits that you can go ahead and use to purchase a home. That credit score requirement is the same as FHA, and it's about 580. Okay. So that's what I have.
All righty. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to him. What was your email again?
So my email is anthony@bertramestates.com. And my Instagram is Tony_the_realtor. And my website, Carla was just on it today playing with some people, is BertramEstates.com.
So when it goes chat with him, you can actually, Zachary might be the one that will talk to you. Right. And I was playing around with Zachary, but I said, I want to talk to Anthony, and he will give you all his information and direct you over to Anthony.
Yes.
So straight from his website, you can get his email, his phone number, the houses that are in the area, and chat. It looked good.
Yes.
So go ahead and reach out to him. I'll see you guys for a full episode next week. Bye.
Bye.